try to make a buck. But in all these years, these past 20-some years, the mood has changed. The public opinion, the whole attitude has shifted. So it's pretty well understood that you're not watching entertainment as it's been sold, despite, you know, millions and millions spent to convince people this is good family fun. It's education, it's conservation. It's a wonderful thing. It's an opportunity. It'll inspire your children. But finally people are seeing through that. And they know that it's trauma, it's abuse, it's cruelty. So that's changed. So what we're focusing on, what we're trying to do, is the next step, which is to convince the world that she can come home. Even if people say it's terrible that she's in there, most people still believe the industry propaganda that says, too late, she's broken, she's ruined. It's not true. She can come home. It's got to be done right. It's got to be done carefully. You got to keep the options open, whether she goes completely free to range around. In any case, there should always be a station, a place where she can come back to. But all of that will depend on her health, her behavior. If she really seems to want out, once she regains her strength in every way. And there's someone who's here from Miami today on the Coopville Wharf who saw her just last Sunday. She's been going on a regular basis. She's been sending me videos, and she's keeping track. And I just briefly talked to her, and she's looking good. It may defy all expectations, and certainly her survival is completely out of the ballpark of any statistics. All the others, and we're talking at least 40 or 45, because they didn't keep good records, but had been captured and shipped, not counting all the ones that died. Overall, at least 12 were killed during the captures, but all the ones that were delivered had died by 1987. So the best they lived was maybe 20 years in captivity. And that's, you know, in their early 20s, very much like any of us. Their lifespans are very similar to human lifespans. So here's these what should be robust, energetic 20-year-olds dying. They all did, but her. She's been the only one left since '87. It's a miracle, but it's also her. I mean, of course, you know, they take credit. Well, they want to keep her alive, sure, so they feed her, but they keep her cooped up and alone. They keep her in that concrete with nothing but the sound of traffic and the jet traffic to Miami International and the pumps that are constantly pumping in circulating water. Oh yeah, and hurricanes, any storms. And of course the shows, the loud show music and the clapping, dancing trainers. She knows the routines, but it's got to be deadening mean, it is to every other whale, but somehow she's got a spirit that won't flicker out. She faces it every day. She meets that challenge, and she does it with grace. She's not been known to attack. Maybe a little gesture, maybe a little jaw clap. I mean, I'm sure she gets frustrated, but she's never hurt anybody, and she does her show. It's amazing. I think she's got that character. She's got that value system. And you know, I mean, she was raised. Orcas are raised. They're brought up, like any of us, by their families. So those are her learned behaviors. By example, by, who knows, direct teaching, we don't know. But she was taught to be courageous and also to be graceful, to be gentle. That's her character. That's her value system. She has not let that go. She maintains that. I think that's how she survives from what she learned. And she's strong. You'll hear more about that from an eyewitness when we get back. She's strong. She's very strong. You can see it. I've seen her twice this year, in March and in May. She's looking good. So she can come back. So that's the second part that the world doesn't understand yet. And yeah, it's kind of improbable. But, you know, let's look at the real life evidence. Her behavior, she doesn't have any chronic debilitating illnesses, no tooth infections. She's good. She can come back. So if I can ask anything of all of you, it's to please let the world know that she's in good shape. It's unbelievable. I'll grant that. But it's true. And you'll hear about that when we get back. She's plenty strong enough to swim into a real comfy fleece-lined sling and be lifted with her trusted caretakers, reassuring her all the time. And of course, that's how she got there, only in a much harsher way. And into a tub that is brought down to the airport, loaded up into a plane, and she's always suspended in the water. So she's not strained. And this has been done 100 times in the industry. There's a protocol, there's a science to it. And then reverse process, out of the plane, onto a truck, onto a barge. The barge goes out to the ideal sea pen location in the San Juans on Orcas Island, at a place where there is a Chinook salmon hatchery that was built in the mid-1980s and now sends out almost 1 million smolts every year, and a good 1,000 or 2 of them as adults return. So they'll be coming back and forth. And it's a perfect location. It's clean water, but it's not high traffic. There's no marina. It's an inlet. It's East Sound. So it's easily secured. You got to have security. You know, I mean, all of this has been thought of. So where's the problem? You know, they just say, oh, it'll kill her. Well, what are you talking about? Where? When? What's going to kill her? she'll do fine. She'll lower into the water. It'll be familiar to her. She'll still have her trainers to reassure her nobody's going to hurt her. And she'll learn new companions. She's learned many new companions over 48 years. She'll phase into a new human family, if you will. They'll be with her, and of course the veterinarians, all the specialists. Where's the danger? That's what we can't get across. People still believe the park industry propaganda, saturation, that once they're in captivity, it's just too late. They can't live in the ocean. Ocean water will kill them. Huh? That's where they're from. That's where they evolved over millions of years to live. They're built for it. So, she can come home. So we come here just to honor her and her family. And to remember that tragedy. So to do that, we've been given these cedar boughs. Cedar, of course, is very sacred, very special wood to the natives, to the tribes that have lived here for the last 10,000 years with her family. And so we'd like to offer these cedar boughs to the water just as our token. I mean, it's a gesture. It means we remember, we care, and we're sorry. We're so sorry this ever happened. We need her now. She should have a family around her. She should be a grandmother. Okay, can we just go over to the side and toss the boughs, and Jan will offer the whole offering. Sorry, Jan?
Cindy wanted a picture.
A picture? Well, that's possible. I think we'll have one. Okay, let's... You're sorry, Toki.